Look at this. We're doing a watercolor chit chat video. Before we get started, I'm gonna take off my slippers. I am definitely that person that puts an obnoxious amount of lotion on my feet, and then I put on knit or cotton socks, and then I put on my wool slippers on top, because warm feet are happy feet, and soft, not dry feet are happy feet. But I'm gonna take off my slippers while I'm sitting on my bed for the most comfort. But a little while ago, a long while ago, I did a video talking about how I've changed, and people love throwing that around. You've changed, especially online, and I was bothered by it because it was continually coming up, and I was like, I'm going to sit down with my dear friend, the watercolor, and I'm going to talk about it. And then I realized I haven't done a video like that since, and I really want to this time around, because there's something that just keeps coming up in my DMs, Instagram, and comments, and on my feeds, and videos, and emails, and it's driving me to this point of making this video. So I'm going to sit and try to continue on with my watercolor planet. If you're not very good at watercolors like me, using watercolor pencils are very gracious. So I've sketched out kind of a half planet, and I'm gonna blur it into some blue and green and a little bit here, but we're starting out with like pink and yellow and orange, and kind of sketching this out as a planet that I would want to live on, if I could. But this video is going to be very raw, hardly edited. I'm gonna stumble over my words as I usually do, and I just kind of want to talk to you guys. So let's just go ahead and chat. So and if you want to sketch or whatever, stick man or the Mona Lisa, and we can kind of do this together, that's fun. I like having my hands busy when I'm going about my day. If I were to invite you over to my house, a lot of the time I'd be making sourdough or baking or cooking, or maybe even invite you over to do some watercolors with me, because I find I enjoy having my hands busy, especially when I'm talking. And then when there's not much to be said, it's really nice just to kind of sit down and do nothing. But this is what I'm doing. So I have pencil here, and all I'm going to do is just kind of blur it out and blend it out. So yeah, while I talk to you guys. So I have this coming up all the time. And Kieran, my husband, who monitors my comments and stuff, he's told me I see this a lot. And I'm like, oh man. But let's call it my unrealistic life. My life that is so unrealistic that I shouldn't be sharing it, and no one actually lives like I do, and no one has time for what I do, and whatever. I've had a lot of people even saying that my life is very unhealthy, and how I share it, or just the fact that I am sharing it, is going to create, in some ladies, maybe that sense of they're not doing it right, or they feel small because of the big stuff I'm doing, or this is going to hurt them mentally, because seeing someone doing all this stuff and being successful and enjoying doing all this stuff is going to be heavy on some people's hearts and on their minds. And so I want to talk about, I just want to talk about that. Is this video hugely planned? No. I'm filming on a very cloudy day, so this lighting is going to be insane. But I just felt almost too drawn to sit down and talk, and almost like I couldn't do it fast enough. So let's just talk about my life for a second. So if you're new, my name is Therese. Hi. I'm a mom of 4. I just had my 4th baby a few months ago. and her name is Molly. And on top of my kids, I work. This is my family's income, is online, social media, videos, sponsorships, brand collaborations. This is how we make our income. And then on top of having kids and working, I've been married for almost 7 years, and I'm an intense homemaker. I can't even say I'm just a homemaker, because I really look at the stuff that I do in the home as going above and beyond. And that's not me patting myself on the back being like, you're an insane, intense, out of this world homemaker. But when I think about the things that I do, and even the things that, not just that I do, but some things that are hard for me to do, but I still do it, I really think like, that's intense. That's intense that I do that. And I look at a lot of the things that my mom did growing up, and I would say she was a very intense homemaker as well. And not like there's a huge border between a regular homemaker and an intense homemaker, but my house is pristine in so many ways. From how it's organized, to what it looks like, to its cleanliness, to how it works. And I've worked really hard to get my house to this point. And beyond that, I continually work every day to make sure it stays in such a manner. If you came to my house uninvited, but just came to my front door to be like, hey, I would have no issues with you coming into my house and feel no reason to apologize for what my house looks like, because I've been working very hard that entire day to make it look a certain way, and I'm really proud of it. That's another thing. People really hate on me for how nice and clean and organized my house looks. That is so bizarre to me, but I get that a lot. And this isn't me bashing on anyone who doesn't have a house that looks pristine all the time. Personality-wise, I really mentally work better with having a extremely organized, extremely functional home. I just do. I sleep better, I work better, I create better, I'm mentally more sane, you could say, and I like it and I prefer it. So that's another thing. I can't believe, honestly guys, I can't believe the amount of hate I get for having a house that works really well for me. Because again, people label it as being unrealistic, and no one is like that, and no one can actually reach that. And you're lying, because there's no way that someone can do what you do and do it 24/7. And the truth is that I do. I don't put out content unrealistic to my life. I don't put out stuff that is staged or fake, or put out something just because it makes me look really good. I literally share with you guys, whether I'm vlogging or trying to get my home together, or a sit down whatever video, I'm sharing my life. I'm not sugarcoating it, and I'm not only sharing the good stuff. To you, my life may be totally unrealistic and something that you couldn't do or something you wouldn't want to do, but please realize that I'm not sharing my realistic life with you to make you feel less about the life that you've been given by God, or the personality that was weaved into you by God, or just feel like mom guilt by what you see me offering my family and what you're not able to offer your family, or something like that. My whole reason for starting this channel, firstly and honestly, was just to kind of do something different and have fun. I was really young when I started YouTube. And then as time went on, I realized that I was creating kind of this drive within a lot of other mamas to try different things and to do different things. and Lord willing for them to better themselves in certain areas. And I really made this channel come to a point where I didn't want people to watch my videos and relate to them. And I don't want that to sound horrible, but I don't create content for people to be like, oh, that felt good, that's just like me. And if you feel that sick, that's cool. But I created my channel to really challenge people, to really maybe inspire people, and to excite people to see someone doing something very different than maybe a lot of other people do. I wanted to be different. I didn't want to be the mom that everyone could relate to. And if you can relate to me, I really think that's awesome. And I'm not saying I'm the only one like me out there, because that's not true. But I created this channel to really have people look at their lives and themselves and think, how can I make this better? And I hope that shows in my closet declutter videos where I show a more minimal wardrobe. I hope that shows in minimalism videos. I hope that shows in my thrifting videos. I hope that shows in my everyday vlog videos. I don't want everyone to come onto my channel and feel comfortable with everything that they're doing, because I always think there's room for improvement. The people that I watch online challenge me, because I don't like sitting in the same fishbowl forever. Even if it feels comfortable, I want to move on and forward, and whether coming out of my fishbowl into a bigger tank, or having cleaner water in my fishbowl, or getting one of those cool fish castles that go into a fishbowl, or bright colored pebbles. But it's the idea that I don't just want to stay in a place that's very stuck. I want to continually be growing, and I want to serve people in that way on my channel. Some people may not want that. Some people may just watch my channel for completely other reasons, or completely for other reasons. And if they do so, like, cool. I'm not forcing people to change their lives by watching my channel, but I wanted to create a little bit of thought in people's heads when they watch my channel. If you just watch my channel for entertainment, that's sweet. But I still think there's a point that what we watch can influence us, or impact us, or make us think in ways we didn't think before. And that's what I want to do in my channel. Because you know what? I'm not that mom that sits down during my day, and I don't watch Netflix, and I don't binge watch, and I don't feel the need to continually being out and about and doing things and stuff outside the home. I really love living a lot of my life at home and giving a lot into my home. And for some people, again, I can't believe the amount of people that are like, that's mentally not okay, you need to show more of this or that, or you're making moms feel bad. It's literally just my life, you guys. I love creating delicious food, and I love making sourdough, and I love homeschooling, and all these things, they really feed my soul. But then I look into the Bible, and then I look at the story of Martha, and she's busy and she's doing things, and I can relate to her so much, where I need to get these things done, I need to get these things done. And Jesus is sitting with Mary, and she has no desire to do anything but to be with him. And I relate to Martha so much in that. I need to do these things. I'm a homemaker. I want to do these things. And the Lord is going, yeah, but firstly, who gave you that? Like, who gave you that role and that responsibility? And it's like, oh yeah, God did. But I'm not giving him the time that I should be. And also in that, knowing I can do my role so much better if I give Jesus so much more? So please know I don't just go about my day and fill my day doing all these busy things and go to sleep at the end of the night and go like, you did great, Sarah. There's definitely times where I'm like, sure, I served my family and that was cool, but where was God? Or where was me going out and pursuing God? God was always there, but Sarah, you should have really sat down with the Lord so much more today than what you did. It's the idea. I love Jen Wilkins. She says it's not ticking off the boxes when it comes to your relationship with the Lord, but it's like a savings account, and it's continual and it's ever flowing, and then the interest that goes into that, and it's not just a one-time thing, but it's over and over. So that's something, honestly, I do struggle with. I'm also someone, I can't relax unless things are done. So sometimes it's hard for me to sleep if I can think of something else I could have done in my day. Vacuuming out the car, or wiping down the fridge, or I could have done an extra load of laundry. Sometimes it's hard for me to relax if not everything is totally done and perfect. And that's something that I work through and deal with, and something I challenge myself with. So, wow, I'm really opening up my heart to you guys, but it's really nice. I feel like I've hardly done any watercolor. And also, you guys, I mean, Molly was just born. She's still just a cute, teeny tiny little babe. And I've been reading through Ecclesiastes. I've actually been in Ecclesiastes forever, because I kind of hop back and forth from it and other things. But if you go to like Ecclesiastes, I think it's Ecclesiastes 3, and like starting in the verse 1 and go to like, no, and go to this one, and go up to like 20 something. But it just talks about a time for everything. And sometimes I'm in this time with Molly of waking up and feeding her multiple times at night and trying to film while she's sleeping, and my schedule and all this stuff. And in Ecclesiastes, it just talks about there's a time for everything, and there's a phase. And sometimes I read through Ecclesiastes and I just kind of want to stab myself. Sometimes I read through it and actually in some ways find a lot of comfort, and I just love where it talks about there is a time for everything. And my time right now is really busy and really exhausting, and maybe this is my time of planting, and later on I will harvest, and that's when I'll have more satisfaction in the things that I'm doing right now and trying to push through right now. And I know I'm taking that out of context, and if my dad was watching this, he's probably like, oh, Sarah's taking that way out of context. But that was just kind of what I was thinking as well in some of my Bible reading and studying and stuff. But I'm like, okay, Sarah, this isn't forever. This stage is not forever. And you're ridiculously busy now, but this is just for a time. And maybe I am. Maybe I'm just planting seeds right now. And in due time, there'll be a harvest. And I'll have that sense of release and relief. I nearly put my pencil in the water again. You guys want to kind of see what I'm doing? I feel like this might be the most boring video ever. Can you kind of see that? Looking at verses about relaxing, and Genesis 2, it says, on the seventh day God finished the work that he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work. And I thought, it is so cool that God rested. It is so cool that when Jesus was on earth, he still felt like he had to get away, or he knew he had to get away to be with his Father. And I think it's pretty amazing and quite insane that God and Jesus still rested, still took time away, still took time to be with God. I mean, think about Jesus' work. He was like on earth talking to people and saving souls and performing miracles, and he still amongst, I would say, some of the greatest action that's ever been done on earth. He still took time away from doing all those things to be with God. And I thought, man, how much more do I need that and stuff. So I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about Jesus taking time away to be with his Father, and then I thought about God resting. That's just kind of been on my heart a lot, plus taking time to be away. But I think my life, to a lot of people, they look at it and they think it's really unrealistic and that I shouldn't share it. But again, I think it's important that I do. And then on top of all of those things, what's hilarious, this is what's kind of hilarious to me. People look at my life and they think it's not realistic, what I'm showing. But what they don't realize is that the actual unrealistic part of my life is this. I don't just do all those things that are honestly very realistic to me, and very mentally good for me. They make me super happy, and I think when I fulfill my role as a wife, I am glorifying and honoring the Lord and fulfilling the needs of the household, even if it stretches me all mentally. It makes me so happy. And spiritually, it makes me feel so full. And I do feel like, you know what? Even when you're doing laundry, if you're doing all things without grumbling and you're doing it to the glory of God, fulfilling your role as a wife or a mom, that's beautiful. And you are serving the Lord when you do that kind of stuff. It kind of helps to make the mundane feel not as mundane when you think about it like that. But what is unrealistic is the fact that I film it. I film it all. And then I take that 4 or 5 hours of footage and edit it down to 20 minutes for a ton of people to watch, and so we can have an income. That's unrealistic. I just think it's so hilarious that people point out it's unrealistic for me to be making homemade bread. It's unrealistic for me to be shopping this way. It's unrealistic for me to have a good attitude towards this. It's unrealistic for me to run such a clean, happy home. That's so unrealistic. What I'm showing in my mind is not unrealistic. The steps that I have to take to show you all is so unrealistic. I don't think anyone but a YouTuber knows how much work goes into a single video. I have a super dear friend on YouTube, and we send each other video messages, and I'm so thankful for her, and it's so great to talk to her specifically because we're both very much in the same boat about all of this stuff, because she understands. And we'll say that multiple times during our video messages and chats and stuff. It's so nice to talk to you because you really get it. You really understand. And sometimes I won't hear from her, or she won't hear from me for weeks. I think one time it was like over a month. But we both understood, and it was like, I get it. Because you're not just living your life, but you're filming your life and then editing it and then sharing it over and over and over and over again. It's exhausting, you guys, especially when you don't just edit videos like super willy-nilly. Like, there's some people that do it really simple, and like kudos to you for even just uploading, because it's hard as a mama. It's really, really hard to do videos. I get emails all the time from people being like, let me edit your videos, I want to edit your videos. I don't really want anyone to edit my videos. That's something me and Kieran do. And it's something we're still able to do. One day I will let that go, but not yet. But anyway. It is a ton of work. And sometimes I don't know how we do it. Sometimes I don't know how my friend does it. How she puts out just ridiculously beautiful videos all the time. Stunning, so well done. And it's like, how are you doing this? How am I doing this? How are we getting by? It's a lot of prayer. It's a lot of late nights and a lot of early mornings. We don't work or function or think like a normal mom or wife does. I do look at myself and think like I'm a full-on businesswoman. I'm not a normal mom. Everything that I do is so planned and so strategic and so well laid out. I can't deal with last minute plans or being very, I guess, I can't think of the word. You think about it, you do it. Let's just go do it. Because my life is like a clock, and it has to run a certain way for us to be able to put out videos, make an income, and make a living. And there's so many people, and they don't get it, and they go, just take a break, just take a break. Sure, but when we do, we don't make money. So it needs to be consistent. And yes, sometimes I really do have to push myself, and Kieran really does have to push himself, but it's good work. I don't hate any part of my job. I don't look at my job and go, ugh, I'm literally living the dream. This was on my bucket list from when I was a little kid, to be able to be a stay-at-home mom and make an income from home. I didn't think it would be this big, but I'm thankful that it is. Anyway, so this planet, I'm just dying to crawl onto it and just live in it for a little while. But that's, if any part of my life is unrealistic, it's the filming and the editing and the uploading. That is so, it's crazy how I'm continuing to do that. And I don't want to take a break because income. I don't want to take a break because I enjoy it. I don't want to take a break or hand things off because I can do it. And I did have to really humble myself in a lot of ways because I do need help. So I'm looking at hiring, if you follow my newsletter, an assistant, just one day a week, someone to help me with social media and meetings and grocery shopping and chores and errands and photography stuff and blah, blah, blah. I got so many emails from like virtual assistants being like, can we help you? We want to help you. I need zero help virtually. And I couldn't get to all the emails of everyone that sent me like applications to be my assistant. I need zero help online. Online, I'm totally fine. It's my life here at home that I'm gonna need some help with. And it's taken a lot of humbling to even get to that point, to actually be like, you know what, I do need someone. And I know some people are like, it's just one day a week, it's not that bad. But if you're like me and you've had such like a heavy hold over your whole household, to let a thread of that go can just be kind of difficult. But I am so thankful that I even have the ability to think of, I need help. I'm gonna hire someone. That's insane to me. That's so insane, but such a blessing. And I really am like just wow. Thank you, Lord. So thankful. So thankful. So this video was so weird. This video was so weird. But I just kind of want to talk to you guys and open my heart on some things that were bugging me. I don't make content to make you feel small, but I want to challenge you. My realistic content is the stuff that I put out all the time. I'm not lying. I'm not fake. I'm not fake. I know what it's like to be fake, and I think we've all lived kind of in a fake mindset to appease or please people. It's not what I do, and it's not what I'm doing. And if you're gonna find any part of unrealistic ties to my life, it is how I am putting out this content. I don't know how I do it, guys, but God is good, and it happens, and it's happening, and it's awesome. I don't want anyone in the comments trying to fix my life, because my life doesn't need to be fixed by anyone but God, you know. And I'm so happy to do what I'm doing. I'm so thrilled that I get to be at home with my kids alongside Kieran. What a blessing. What a flippin' blessing, especially just with everything going on in the world right now. It is so nice to be able to be at home and find so much peace just being here amongst all these sweet kids and Kieran and stuff. But just know, really know, I don't create content to hurt you or make you feel small. That's not where my heart is. If that's what you're feeling, just know that's not my intention or where my heart is. My heart is to really challenge you, to entertain you, to maybe give you a break during your day, because I know you probably are busy and you have long days and so much stuff going on. So maybe an excuse for you to just sit down and enjoy something. And I make videos honestly because I love it. I just think it's special and it's cool, and it is, in so many ways, it is a hobby, and it's a hobby that pays, which is great. And yeah, that's just where my heart's at. I just want to share that with you. Did any of this make sense? I have no idea. I have no idea. But I do like living in a way that's very productive. I like being very diligent. I like having things a certain way. And mentally, it makes me just so happy. I reap the rewards of running my house in the way that I do by looking at my kids and my husband, and by having people come into the home and feel just very comfortable and welcomed, and I just love that. I think it's great. I don't do anything because I feel like I'm forced to do it, or like through in the house. Everything that I do comes from a desire of wanting to serve my family, wanting to bless people, and then also realizing the role that God has given me that I'm trying to do properly. And then also at the same time, finding time to be with the Lord. And then working. And then homeschooling. And it's a lot. It's busy. But then you read in the Bible and it talks about how it's good to be busy, and it's also good to rest. And in whatever you're doing, don't grumble about it, but glorify the Lord in it. And I think that's great too. So, this is my planet that I'm gonna live on, where everyone is really organized and they all love each other. And they probably eat chocolate mint ice cream every single night, because if I could do that, I would, because I think it's so delicious. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, and thanks for hanging out and just listening to me rant and talk about so many things that really do matter to me. And I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.